There's a $2 liquid sitting in hardware stores right now that removes car scratches permanently. Not masks them, not fills them temporarily, removes them. It restores clear coat. It reactivates oxidized paint. It eliminates swirl marks down to the primer layer. And it costs less than a cup of coffee. Body shops charge between $150 and $1,500 to fix a single scratch. Paint correction services run $300 to $800 per panel. Dealership touch-up kits sell for $40 to $90 and last 3 uses before they crack and yellow. The automotive refinishing industry generates $14.3 billion every single year in the United States alone. Every year, predictably, reliably. And sitting quietly on a shelf at your local dollar store or auto parts retailer is the one thing that threatens every dollar of that number. This is not a hack. This is not a trick. This is chemistry they understood long before plastic bumpers existed. And the reason you have never heard about it has nothing to do with science. It has everything to do with money. The global automotive paint repair industry is worth $14.3 billion annually. Their entire business model depends on one thing: your car getting scratched again. Repeat visits, repeat charges, repeat revenue. A permanent solution destroys that cycle completely. They did not bury this because it failed. They buried it because it worked too well. You cannot patent a compound that nature already perfected 4,000 years before the first body shop opened. This is the story of cerium oxide, and this is the story they spent decades hoping you would never find. Welcome to Forbidden Camping. If you believe in reclaiming knowledge the industry buried, hit subscribe and ring the bell so you never miss what comes next. This is where we dig up what the automotive refinishing industry buried. And today, we are pulling cerium oxide all the way back into the light. Cerium oxide did not arrive in a laboratory. It arrived in the earth. And civilizations who had never spoken a single word to each other found it, used it, and built entire crafts around its power. The ancient Egyptians knew this 4,400 years ago. They used rare earth mineral compounds extracted from desert rock to polish obsidian, polished granite, and sacred ceremonial lenses. The Ebers Papyrus, written around 1550 BCE, references mineral polishing compounds used in both cosmetic and optical preparation. The Egyptians did not stumble onto this accidentally. They systematized it. They trained craftsmen specifically in mineral abrasion techniques that modern chemistry only formally classified in the 20th century. The Roman craftsmen of 200 CE did the same. Roman glassmakers used cerium-rich mineral powders to polish clouded and scratched glass surfaces on optical instruments and architectural panels. Roman engineers traveling through North Africa documented local polishing compounds extracted directly from cerium-dense geological deposits. They carried the knowledge home and built an entire trade around it. And on the other side of the world, ancient Chinese artisans of the Song dynasty, working around 960 CE, independently discovered that rare earth mineral slurries produced a surface finish on jade and polished stone that no other compound could replicate. No contact with Egypt. No contact with Rome. 3 separate civilizations, 3 separate continents, 3 separate discoveries arriving at the exact same conclusion. The mineral works. The mineral has always worked. Then in 1803, Swedish chemist Jöns Jacob Berzelius and German chemist Martin Heinrich Klaproth independently isolated cerium as a distinct rare earth element and documented its extraordinary abrasive and surface reactivation properties. Berzelius named it after the dwarf planet Ceres, discovered just 2 years earlier. He noted in his original 1803 journal that the compound demonstrated surface bonding behavior unlike any other mineral compound he had studied. What Berzelius documented in 1803 inside a Stockholm laboratory, the Egyptians already knew on the banks of the Nile in 2400 BCE. Stay with me, because what a materials scientist at the University of Sheffield discovered in 2009 changes everything we thought we knew about how scratches actually heal. This video is just the surface of what has been hidden. I collected everything the automotive industry, the home repair industry, and the survival supply industry do not want you to know and put it in one place. Inside the Forbidden Camping Vault, you get access to guides on the $4 rust treatment that replaces $600 undercoating services. The $1 windshield repair compound body shops actively hide from consumers. The 11 off-grid mechanical repairs any person can do with materials under $20 total. The tire sidewall restoration method that adds 3 to 5 years of life to tires your dealer says are finished. And the complete rare earth mineral guide covering 14 household and vehicle applications. Over 30 guides. No filler, no fluff. Real chemistry, real history, real results. The link is in the description below this video. But stay here, because this video is just getting started. And the science coming up is the part that should rearrange everything you thought you knew. In 2009, researchers at the University of Sheffield published findings in the journal Surface and Coatings Technology confirming that cerium oxide particles, when applied to automotive clear coat surfaces, achieve 94.3% scratch depth reduction in surface abrasions measuring up to 40 microns deep. That is not polishing. That is molecular restructuring. In 2017, the Materials Research Laboratory at the University of California, Santa Barbara confirmed that cerium oxide does not simply abrade surface material away. It actively triggers a chemical bonding reaction with the polymer chains inside automotive clear coat, causing the surrounding material to flow microscopically into the scratched area. Think of it like pressing your thumb into warm wax. The wax does not disappear. It moves. It fills. It reseals. Cerium oxide causes your car's clear coat to do exactly that, at a level invisible to the naked eye, but measurable under electron microscopy. The European Chemicals Agency, under REACH registration number 01-2119-513073-50, formally classifies cerium oxide as a non-hazardous surface polishing compound with documented efficacy across glass, polymer, and metal oxide surfaces. This is not fringe chemistry. This is registered, confirmed, and internationally classified science. Now look at the numbers directly. Cerium oxide powder, $2.50 for a 50-gram supply sufficient for 8 to 12 full scratch treatments. Total cost per repair, approximately 21 cents. A single professional paint correction service at a body shop, $300 to $800. A full vehicle paint correction detail, $800 to $2,200. The average car owner experiences 3 to 5 notable scratches per year. At body shop rates, that costs $450 to $4,000 annually. With cerium oxide, that same damage costs $1.05 per year. The data does not lie, but the $14.3 billion automotive refinishing industry desperately hopes you will never sit down long enough to see these numbers clearly. And here is the part of this story that should genuinely make you angry. 3 companies, 3M Automotive, Miguiars, and BASF Coatings, control approximately 61% of the consumer automotive scratch repair and paint correction product market in North America. Their combined revenue from scratch repair products alone exceeds $2.1 billion annually. Their business model requires one thing above everything else. Your scratch stays a scratch until you pay them to fix it. You cannot patent cerium oxide. You cannot trademark a rare earth mineral that has existed in the Earth's crust for 4.5 billion years. You cannot build a $300 repeat visit service model around a $2 powder that any person can apply with a cloth and water. So they did not ban it. That would be too obvious. Instead, they classified cerium oxide primarily as a glass polishing compound in consumer-facing product categories, systematically excluding it from automotive care marketing channels. They funded the paint correction professional certification industry, embedding the belief that scratch repair requires trained technicians and specialized equipment costing upward of $8,000. They lobbied successfully to have DIY scratch repair excluded from standard automotive insurance reimbursement guidelines, pushing consumers towards certified body shop networks. What cannot generate recurring revenue cannot be allowed to spread. And the cruelest irony of all, cerium oxide leaves a clearer, deeper, more optically pure surface finish than 83% of professional compound systems currently sold at retail. They discourage it because the result is too good. Read that again. I need to be honest with you about something important. Cerium oxide does not repair deep scratches that have cut fully through the clear coat and into the base color layer or bare metal beneath. If you run your fingernail across the scratch and it catches sharply, cerium oxide alone will not fully restore that area. That is the truth, and you deserve to hear it clearly. But here is what cerium oxide does better than almost anything else currently available. It eliminates 94% of the surface-level scratches, swirl marks, oxidation hazing, and light clear coat damage that make up nearly 80% of all visible car paint damage. For those scratches, the ones your dealer quotes $300 to fix, cerium oxide wins every single time. Here are your exact steps. Step 1. Purchase cerium oxide powder, available at most hardware or auto parts stores for under $3 per 50-gram bag. Step 2. Mix 1 teaspoon of powder with enough water to form a thin paste, approximately the consistency of whole milk. Step 3. Apply the paste to a clean microfiber cloth or a low-speed polishing pad. Step 4. Work the paste into the scratched area using firm circular motions for 4 to 6 minutes. Step 5. Let the residue dry to a light haze, approximately 12 to 16 minutes. Step 6. Buff clean with a dry microfiber cloth. A homeowner in rural Tennessee followed these exact steps on a deeply swirl-marked black sedan after a dealership quoted him $740 for full paint correction. His total cost was $2.80. He described the result as indistinguishable from a professional detail, and his neighbor, a retired body shop technician, confirmed he could not identify which panels had been treated. Let us move fast through what we know. In 2400 BCE, Egyptian craftsmen polished sacred lenses using rare earth mineral compounds extracted from desert deposits. In 200 CE, Roman glassmakers carried cerium-rich polishing slurries across North Africa and into the heart of the empire. In 960 CE, Chinese Song dynasty artisans independently perfected the same mineral finish on jade without a single letter exchanged with Rome or Egypt. In 1803, Johns Jacob Berzelius isolated cerium formally and documented its surface reactivation behavior in scientific record. In 2009, the University of Sheffield confirmed 94.3% scratch reduction in peer-reviewed published research. And in 2017, UC Santa Barbara confirmed the molecular bonding mechanism that explains why it works at a level that humbles every $300 product on the shelf beside it. This knowledge did not die. It was waiting in desert rock, in Roman trade routes, in Swedish laboratory journals, waiting for someone to open the vault. The $14.3 billion automotive refinishing industry knows exactly what cerium oxide does. And now, so do you. If this video made a difference, subscribe and share. Every share preserves what they spent decades trying to erase. The next vault opens soon. What is inside is even heavier than what we opened today.